Good morning, students. Welcome back to our class. In the previous class, we revised the various ways to represent our earth. Today, we will revise the journey of a river. First of all, what is river? A river is a body or channel of water which originate in the mountains and then flows down the slope under the force of gravity. The origin of the river is the place where it is born, known as the source of the river. The place where the river meets the sea is called the mouth of the river. The life of the river is divided into three stages, like the upper course of a river, the middle course of a river, and the lower course of a river. The upper course of a river. In this course, the river flows down a steep slope and has a lot of energy. In this stage, the river flows swiftly and erode the rocks and the soil over which it flows. V-shaped valleys, waterfalls, gorges, etc. are formed in this stage. The middle course of a river. In the middle course of a river carries a lot of load in the form of boulders or fine silt that it brings while flowing down. In this stage, the speed of river becomes slow. Meanders, floodplains are formed in this stage of a river. In the middle course, the deposition of sediments take place more, which forming the floodplains. Due to the gravity, the river starts swinging in great curves and begins to cut through its banks. This curve of a river is known as a meander. In this stage, many tributaries are formed, which means a river or stream that flow into a large river or a lake. The lower course of a river. In this course, the valley floor has an extremely gentle slope. Its speed becomes extremely slow. In this course, the river generally deposits and very less erosion and transportation work takes place. Delta, estuaries and distributaries are the main feature of this course. Delta. A delta is an area of low, flat land shaped like a triangle, where a river splits and spread out into the several branches before entering the sea. For example, Ganga and Brahmaputra Delta. Estuary. Some rivers form funnel-shaped opening at the mouth of a river. These are known as estuaries. Distributaries. These are common features of the lower course of a river, which means a river or stream that branch off and flow away from the main stream. Let us understand the various stages of a river with the help of this video.
Sources of a river. Just like water poured on a tilted tray flows from the higher end of the tray to the lower end, water flows from highland to lowland. Water flowing from highland to lowland over a long distance is called a river. The route through which a river travels is called the course of the river. The place where a river begins its journey is called its source. The source of some rivers is in the snow mountains. When the snow melts in summers, the water flows down the mountains in small streams. These streams join to form rivers. Such rivers are called snow-fed rivers. What is the difference between a stream and a river? Some rivers depend on the rains for water. Heavy rains in the mountains, hills or plateaus form streams which join to form rivers. Such rivers are called rain-fed rivers. They do not have a single source but start from a particular area. Rivers flow through hills and mountains at a great speed. Over the years, the rivers break the rocks on the mountainside. Huge stones break down and form soil while traveling with the water to the plains. Do you know what forms when a river falls over steep slopes in the hills? A river continues to grow bigger further in its course as other rivers join in. These other rivers are known as tributaries. Some tributaries join the river in the hills, while some join it later when the river reaches the plains. The river now flows down the plains slowly as the plains are flat. In the plains, the river is heavy with the mud and sand that it has carried on its journey down the mountains and through the plains. Fine soil brought down the mountains by a river is called silt. During monsoons, water in a river fills beyond its capacity and it overflows its banks, causing floods. When the water dries up, the silt is left behind. Silt makes the land fertile, which is good for growing crops. The place where a river ends its journey is called the mouth of a river. From here, the river flows into a lake, sea, or ocean. Some rivers carry a lot of silt up to their mouths. The mud makes it hard for the river to flow in one stream, so it breaks into many small rivers to reach the sea or ocean. Over the years, silt gets deposited between the smaller rivers in the mouth of a river. This forms a triangular shape known as a delta. Some rivers do not form a delta and flow into the sea in a continuous stream. The mouth of such a river is called an estuary. River Ganga is a snow-fed river. River Godavari is a rain-fed river. The highest waterfalls in India are the Jog Falls in Karnataka. The Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers form the largest delta in the world, called the Sundarbans.
So children, today we have learnt about the meaning of river and the three stages of a river. Thank you and have a nice day.